Inquired about the courses being offered.
We see the new part of the college, and just when you cross that bridge and go across the river, you see the old part of Queens. And those buildings are from the 18th century. The bridge itself isn't as old as the buildings. It fell apart. It had to be rebuilt. And so they put a new one together along the same design. It is called a mathematical bridge because it has the design, the shape of part of a circle, and because of that geometrical shape, they call it a mathematical bridge. There are 6 St. Catherines in history, and this one is the Catherine on the wheel. And you can see the wheel just there, that's her symbol. And she was a princess who turned Christian. And she was forced by her father to renounce her Christian faith, but she refused. And so she was tortured on the wheel. And when she was put on the wheel, the wheel miraculously fell apart. Is covered in gold, and what can you see that is so unusual about this clock?
We'll see the usual time.
I will tell you more about the chapel once we are inside, but just on the outside, this is one of the most beautiful colleges in Cambridge. How many colleges are there in Cambridge? Do you remember? I told you
31.
31. Very good memory. So this one is one of the oldest colleges, and it was built in mid-15th century and in the 1440s, so a long time ago. At that time, and once they've selected the best students, then the education starts. And the basic course lasts for 3 years, and the tuition is very intense, face to face, so you have a teacher just to yourself, and he can help you the best way he can. If you are studying a particular subject and there is another teacher in another college who you would like to work with, the college will make contact and they will bring that teacher over to you, so that you don't have to worry. If you are studying and chosen one college, you don't have to worry, you won't have access to anybody else. All colleges cooperate with each other. And these are the 3 elements that all meet here. So just through here you can see the market square. That's what Cambridge is really all about. Without the university, Cambridge is a very vibrant commercial town with lots of market traders, lots of business going on, and selling and buying. That's the main business in Cambridge. But of course, university plays a very important role in its history, and the university at the moment is the largest employer. So if you meet someone and ask them what they do for a job, most people in Cambridge would say they work for the university. And what is the difference between university and colleges? Well, they seem to always be mentioned together because in a way they are unified, but they are legally a separate entity. So a university is separate and colleges work separately. However, when you first come here as a young person and you register, matriculate with the university. You are a member of the university and you do a 3-year course as an undergraduate. Once you've done that, or for example you are from another university, you've already got 1 degree, you want to do a 2nd degree, you come here and you do your PhD, or again you can do 1 year PhD, 2 or 3 years depending
The
on
PhD
how much money.
in another university, Cambridge University.
Yes, it's also PhD from Cambridge University. So even if you had most of your education somewhere else and you come here just for a few months, you get a degree, you are a student officially of Cambridge University. Because of the excellent system of education, Cambridge students are very well regarded, and when they finish their studies, it's no problem for them to find a job, and they usually end up in very high-profile jobs. They become very famous go and work for television or other institutions. So they become quite famous. Designing the interior of this chapel at the time, he wanted to show this to be the most beautiful place that one could look at. So this chapel shows the influence of the royal hands, and I just wanted to show you, if you for example look at this one section, so you have the crown in the middle, that of course symbolizes the king, and just underneath is the royal shield with symbols of the royal family. To the left
We also visited the chapel, which is an example of Gothic architecture. It was built in 3 phases and construction spanned around 100 years. From Cambridge, we walked to the Oxford University, which took almost 2 hours. Christ Church College is one of the largest colleges and a unique institution that has produced 13 British Prime Ministers. Day 7. We went to Olympic Stadium in Stratford and Lord Stadium that was going to host England versus India cricket match. We also went to Science Museum. It holds a collection of over 3 lakh items, including famous items as Stephenson rocket puffing Billy, the first jet engine's Francis Circle. After seeing the Science Museum, we went to the Imperial College. Imperial College is a major center for biomedical research and is consistently ranked among the top universities of the world, ranking 5th in the world in 2013. last day, we went to golf court in Mottingham, where we played golf for an hour, and then we moved to the Heathrow airport to board a flight back to India via Dubai.